home.
Okay. Vaibhav, what did you learn today in school?
What, sir?
What did you learn in school today?
Sir, today,
Anything new?
sir, you can think that today was our play day.
So while playing also you learn something?
Yes, sir. I played cricket and basketball and music theater.
By play you mean theater.
Okay, sir.
So yesterday we had a rather long discussion with our new teacher who will be teaching you, Dr. Jayaprakash ji, on Friday.
Okay.
So you may have noted that we had some difference of opinion on whether there is scientific evidence or some kind of evidence for rebirth. Khushi, what is your view? You were saying
Sir,
something.
regarding what?
You had to leave.
Regarding
Regarding
what?
yesterday's topic, as to what extent we can say that
Yes, I want to say it's true that everything does not end with the death. Sometimes the person has such a type of mission that they have to achieve in their life. So as someone wants to become a judge or many things, so he may not try to die before he just get his goal or so.
he or she
हाँ,
may
as the person used to die
be
when his
very
inner a
keen
person used
to.
to die when his inner soul is died, but if the person used to try to recover himself or himself strongly, so he may survive for more years.
And is it possible that okay, we had discussed some evidence that people have recollected their past lives,
So
including
maybe sir, who
small
knows
children.
that the person didn't took the money for that. He may just
No,
lie about that.
there are false stories also, but some cases have been investigated thoroughly by
Like
scientists.
in our sir, like in our culture also, Vishnuji have taken so many birds to the earth, like Krishna, Rama, and many more. So it's like Purnachanam, something like reborn.
What about Lovely? Lovely, you heard yesterday. What is your view? Is there reason to believe that there could be rebirth?
Sir, I don't think that there is any reason, but I feel that when we are motivated, so we can do anything. But when we lose our self confidence, that day we are died. So I think that there is nothing called rebirth, but motivation and is the key to this achieve the success. And the day we lose our motivation, that day we are died by ourselves only. So
Okay, now we will hand over to Afroz ji. She has joined. Welcome, Afroz ji.
Good evening,
have
ma'am.
chosen,
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, beta. So today's topic is what are the reasons behind the increasing numbers of orphanages and old age homes in India? So there are several reasons behind this. We will discuss in this session. And lovely Kushi, Nandini, how are they?
Mom, may I start? Mom, may I start, Kushi? Namaskar, everyone. My name is Kushi, and today I will speak on this topic. Why there are so many number of increasing in old age home. So like in our India, the first old age home was made in Kerala, 1911. It was, I think the old age homes are made by the people of the like it was made by a person around 70 plus age, because he wants to add more people like him, like different thoughts people, to make a group of the old people. Like everyone has an age gap. There's many thoughts that does not match in today's generation and the old generation. So for that reason they have made the old age home. But nowadays we used to see that people used to put their parents, grandparents to the old age home, because the person are not able to give such a good facility to them. Like if there are 4 members used to live in a family, and if they used to, and like maximum people of the family are 4, like if they add their grandfather and grandmother, then it will be 6. So that how like the person's salary cannot arrange all the items that the old people needed. And even in the old age, the pupil health also used to become very weaker, and so their medicine cost and so. But in old age home they used to provide everything. So people used to think that why do we used to care about them, we should put them to the old age home. But this should not happen to our country, because the person the person our parents have put our fingers to their hand, and they used to walk along with us, uh, and just give us such a school for the study, such a good school for a study. But we can't even give such a facility to them to live with us. So I guess this should not happen. But sometimes the pupil wants a old age home to get the person similar thoughts. Like if the person got the similar thoughts with them, so they will make talk more interesting. And so somewhere the people used to move old age home themselves to join their company with the people of their similar thoughts. Thank you.
Okay, very well spoken. So now you are justifying that for some reason, lack of space in housing areas nowadays, and because the elder siblings are going outside for work purpose. Yes, Bhavya. Yes, am I audible? Yes, good evening.
Namaskar, ma'am, and my dear friends. I am Afroz. Today, I want to speak on this topic. Before I start, I want to ask a question to those who have sent their grandparents and their parents to old age home. First, tell me that your mother has given you birth, one keeping you in her womb for 9 months, and she gave you birth with a painful. She was feeling so pain you can't even express. It was the pain of broken 21 bones together, and a father will fulfill your every wish. You are sending them to the old age home. First, I want to ask them what is the need of tell them to go to the old age home. Second, the old age home. First, we learn something about the old age home. Old age home is a thing where many the when the when their when some children send their parents to a place where they get proper facilities. They have their age of friends. They can make friends over there. It is called old age home, but it's not good by sending them to the old age home. The old age home was started at 1911 in Kerala, but it's a problem that when we start that, before that nobody sent their parents to the old age home. They think that our parents is our life, but in now time there are many wives that think that their mother-in-law or their father-in-law is not good, so they ask this husband to go send them to the old age home, but it's not good. Because their son have to think that they are sending them to the old age home who have fulfilled his all wishes. What he asked him, he took him to go outside, but they don't even think about that. They will think that she's saying about this. Let me send them to the that. In now time, if in the colleges, if a parent come to pick their child, their friends ask them that you are a small child till now, you are a small child till now. I want to tell them an answer that your parents are not coming because they don't have time, but my mother is coming by taking out her time. Okay, so it's not a thing that I will be the child of my mother for all my life. Okay, so I want to say that old age home should be getting closed, because it's not a good thing that there is an advantage that they can meet many old people, but it's not good that they leave alone. They live alone. They can't see their grandsons and their sons. So I just after that I want to say that my personal opinion is that by sending them to the old age home, you are telling their children that you also send me to the old age home. Thank you.
Spoken, very well spoken. You are opposing that there should be less numbers of orphanages and old age. But in two of you,
No, never.
Both have spoken about old ages home also. Only, है ना? I have considered why are the number of orphanages increasing?
Ma'am, it is because their wives and their husband wives are sending their mother-in-law and father-in-law because they are not loving them. They are making they are taking our money and doing something. Also, they think that they are not comfortable to make the money that is having by the money that is. The money that the husband and wife not fulfill all the wishes, so they think that we should send them to the old age home. We can send them to the any other place. That is the reason. That's why the old age home are increasing.
Okay. One reason I think behind increasing number of orphanages is human trafficking also. And people kidnap some kids from their hometowns just for
yes, ma'am, like for the money, and they used to hurt them and used to kill their used to cut their hands, legs, and used to put the heat glass, that burning glass in their eyes to make them blind, and the pupil come to them in such a kind way with a hand and cutted hand, and the pupil used to beg for money, and the business starts like this only. In many places also, the pupil used in like south, it's like most in the south, the pupil used to cut the children's hand and leg and used to put a iron rod to their eyes to make them blind, and used to ask them to get the money from the pupil on the road. And by chance, if the person is not, by chance the brake fail and the kid used to stand in front of the car, and by chance the accident, who will take the responsibility of that? And they are so clever that they used to kidnap kids, and they used to give them to the other country. They used to do a business of buying kids and selling them to the foreign countries for the laboring or many more things. So I guess this is the more, and the kid that used to run from them. So they don't even know their parents. They don't even know that where they are, how they can go to their home back. So they used to move to the orphanage for the studies and for the food and many more things. That's why the numbering of the orphanage and the old age home is growing and increasing.
Okay. Bhavya, yes, Vaibhav, you have spoken. Vaibhav?
May I start?
Yes, you may start.
About today's topic. I will say to ma'am last. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
May I start?
Yes, you may start now.
Namaskar, everyone, and my dear friends. Good evening, everyone. And about today's topic, I will say that after ma'am, I forgot topic's name, but
Let me remind you, what are the reasons behind the increasing numbers of old age homes and orphanages in our country?
सर को बता देना कि सर I take out my printouts, I go above, so I go नहीं हर चीज मैंने ली है ठीक है
voice is coming. Ma'am, voice is coming from Bhavya's background.
Yes.
You can speak now. I have muted the mic.
Yeah, ma'am. So the increase in old age homes in the metropolitan cities is not a good development because after old age, some people supposed to do that they kill their parents. I have hear one news. It's old news, but I heard that one child was there and he was 16 years old and he killed his father. So because of he has to not study and if I talk about that that he I forgot. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, are you hearing me?
Yes, you are audible. I am listening.
Yes, Vaibhav, carry on.
Yeah, sir. So, sir, as I was saying that when there was a kid, so he killed his father because he has to not study. He can also he can simply also say that I don't want to study, so please put me in games and simple that matter close. But over 3 decades ago, the thought of older parents being sent to the old age homes was not easily expected in our country due to traditional mindset and culture ethos, says Bangalore also. Based on that thing, I was laughing that he killed his father. Ma'am, I have finished.
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible. Carry on.
Ma'am, I have finished.
Okay. Vaibhav, today I think you couldn't get my topic very well, I think. So let's see. Kuchi, Lovely, Sanjay ji also there. Bhavya and Vaibhav.
Now I am already done with mine.
Yes.
So lovely.
Yeah, good
And-
evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
अच्छा चाची राम गुड इवनिंग मैम भाई एक क्लास चल रही है हेलो गुड इवनिंग मैम
Yeah, good evening, sir.
या
Sanjay ji,
यस मैम may I start to speak on this topic?
Yes, Sanjay, please share your views.
Sir, in the Indian history, 1911 is the most important date and the year. 1911, there are two major changes in India. One is the capital shifted from Calcutta to Delhi, and another is first old age home was opened in Kerala. Before this, there is no history of old age home here, but the old age home growing very fast, and old age home is not the Indian culture. Basically, it came from the Europe, and in European culture, it is common. And there are many causes of opening the old age home, but the major cause in India, the children are not willing to stay with their parents. Migration of the one of the major reason for the job opportunities and some other reasons, children's move to the metropolitan cities, and the parents are not willing to come along with them. And few of the childrens also are not willing to ask their parents to stay with them, or they are not go back to their home palace. This is what I feel. These are the major reasons, sir. Thank you, sir.
very well spoken, Sanjay ji. The major causes of these increasing numbers of this kind of shelter homes are this migration for job opportunities and being a little bit insensitive towards their parents. Maybe there may be some need for them to stay away from their parents, but most of the time I have seen that they are leaving their parents just for their personal interest, because they just want to enjoy their life with their kids or with their partners, and they find that somewhere when the parents interfere in their personal matter, it is kind of a disturbance in their personal life.
One more thing is here, ma'am. As the crutches comes in the society, so when the crutches comes in the society, so old age home also increase. So this is not the one-sided. It is came from the both the sides, parents and kids both.
Yes, yes. And so Sanjay ji, very well spoken, and you have highlighted two major points for increasing numbers of old age homes. And now Sanjay ji has spoken. Nandini, yes, Nandini is here.
Ma'am, may I start?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My views on today's topic is nowadays, as we are seeing that old age homes are increasing in India. The reason behind the increasing number of old age homes is that the children move from one place to another. Means that they move from rural to urban areas, and even some people shift from one country to another in search of jobs and getting better education and also for a better lifestyle. And the another reason for that is some children don't want to take care or stay with their parents, and also they became very busy in earning more and more money in their life, which is very wrong. We should never leave our parents because old age is a time period where they need love and affection from their children, and every parent love their children unconditionally. Then it is our duty to give same love and care to our parents, because they let down whole their life on us. And the reason behind increasing orphanages in our country is poverty. Many people die from accident and disease, and their children become orphan. And poverty is also a reason for orphanages, because some people who are very poor, they leave their children in orphanages. Thank you.
Okay, Nandini, very well spoken. So increasing number of accidents and poverty are the reasons behind the increasing number of orphanages. है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Bhavya and Vaibhav is
Afroz, I wanted to give one suggestion to Nandini. Nandini, you speak very well. You are very clear in your words. but your speed is, I think, a little high. So if you could reduce the speed with which you speak, you will be even more pleasant to listen to.
Okay, sir, I will try.
So who is remaining now is
Ma'am,
yeah,
can I speak?
Bhavya. Yes.
Ma'am, I'm deaf.
Okay. Yes, Lovely.
Yes. The major reasons behind increasing of old age homes and of the old age home in our country is that when our generation grows, and our parents get us married, so the children think that parents are getting burdened on them, and affording their finance thing is affording their finance is very difficult for them. So for these reasons, the people send their parents to the old age homes, and sometimes there is a pressure. They also have a pressure and burden from the society also, that the problem of the generation is that our generations do not want to keep the parents with us. They want to just live a free life, and in some cases I've seen that the parents live in some other house and the children live some other house, because they just want to be just free, because people think that when we do some finance thing for our parents, so the money or the things, they are think that they're wasting the money on their parents. So this is the biggest problem. And sometimes when the sons gets married, so there is a pressure from the wife to that why that the like the wife has to do the household work, so she has some problems that your mother doesn't work. So due to these things also, the pressure is there. That's why the parents are sent into the old age homes, and often in and orphanage in our and increasing of orphanage in our country is that some people do not want girl child to be there with them, so they just so they give their so they just some people do abortions, and they leave their girl child in the ashrams or somewhere. So that's why there are many orphanages also, because people think that girls are burdened on them. So that's why there are many orphanage also in our country. Thank you.
Okay, Lovely. Uh, First, children itself is a plural word. So children doesn't need children's. है ना? It doesn't require s, because it is itself is a plural of child. Okay. And one more thing, there is no social pressure for leaving our parents. No one can force anyone to leave his or her parents and ask them to stay in old age home. Financially, it may be, but still, if we are sending our parents to old age home, we'll have to finance their expenditure in those old age homes too. है ना? So the biggest problem behind these the things, that the increasing numbers of old age homes and orphanages, I think they are interrelated. They are correlated with each other, because as earlier we were having a joint family system, and now because of the job opportunities, people are migrating to other cities, metropolitan cities, or even to Western countries, and they can't take their parents with them in order just to for they are looking after for their better they can take better care of their parents. They just have in only one option, to send them old age home, है ना? Because there are so many visa problems in Western countries. They can't sponsor their visa, they can't afford their expenditure, because the house rent are so high. First reason, that they have to send their parents to old age home. First reason behind this, job opportunity, migration to some other place. where they can't afford their parents living with them. First of all. Second, some kids want complete freedom. They don't want their parents to stay with them and having some interference in their personal life. So they don't want to keep them with them. And the major reason behind the increasing number of these old age homes are the being insensitive behavior towards our parents. Because as the globalization is going on and we are adopting Western cultures, these kind of shelter homes are increasing day by day. And we are being self-centered, and now we are perfectly looking for a nuclear family. So we don't want to keep our parents with us. And second thing, our social setup. Because after a certain age, people think that we have become old and we have nothing to do. We have become totally useless. And this is the most worst mentality we have, because after having experience of 50 and 60 years of age, we can still be useful for our society, for our neighbor, and for other people. But what we think in old age, that we just have, we are just free from each and everything, and now we have to stay at home peacefully. And this kind of mentality is also leading us towards the old age home. We can be fruitful and useful for our society because we have a lot of experience. We can indulge our elderly people can indulge in social services for betterment of society. But before giving priority to these such kind of activities, they just want to stay at home, being unproductive at all. So this kind of activity is also leading the number of increasing the number of old age home, because they found themselves that now we have become useless for these people and we should be there. Third, because now the nuclear families are increasing day by day, so old people want a kind of care, attention, and they want to live with the same age group of people as we all want to do. So they prefer to stay with their kind of people where they can easily share their experiences and have fun and entertain together. So the third reason behind this, that the nuclear family and some kind of being isolated in society, because in huge apartments and flat systems, we find that we don't even know who is living just next door to us. Hai so for
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse
yes,
me, ma'am. Ma'am, as the topic is this, so one interesting thing I would tell that today's thought of the day is also little bit to the topic.
Yes,
sir,
speak out.
Ma'am, I was saying that today I say daily I say thought of the day. So today's thought of the day is based on this topic.
Okay. And what is that thought?
Ma'am, you can carry on in last I will, or should.
Mom, may I speak something?
Yes, Khushi.
Mom, in a African society, there's a system where the people used to kill their old people of this house, like grandfather and their father, in the river by themselves. They used to just push them in the river, or the people used to jump to the river themselves, because in Africa, such a poor country, so they can't afford their things of their parents. So the person used to think that they are useless. They used to sit in the house and used to order all the things, and the person who is just doing the work and getting money, they used to work and they are the main person of the house. So the person used to kill their parents in the river, or the old person used to jump to the river themselves.
And that is a very bad culture in that country. But as I have said, so many reasons and increasing number of orphanages. Again, earlier, though, we were having control of our elderly people because they were grandfathers, grandmothers, and grannies, and under their supervision, the childs were brought up. But nowadays, in nuclear family, when parents both are out, the teenage people, especially teenage kids, they don't know the consequences. They just indulge in such kind of activities, and the result is untimely birth and other kind of activities, and they are leading us to the increasing number of orphanages as well. Plus, one important topic is one important reason that one has the girl child. We don't want to have a girl child. So after the birth of girl child, when we fail to abort that, a female feticide, we have only one option. A family have only one option, just to leave that child to orphanage. No. So these are the basic reasons behind the increasing numbers of old age home and orphanages. Plus one more thing that we have one age, and after 60, people start thinking about that we are getting old and we have become old. And in Western countries, after having retirement, people indulge themselves in the activities which they find themselves which they failed to enjoy when they were working or when they were in job. So after their retirement, they try to enjoy their life after adopting their activities that give them fun and learning, like hiking or some other activities. But in India, I think we are far lagging behind in such kind of activities. We don't have such kind of activities and trainings for older people. So then they have only one option, to stay at old age home. And one more thing, sir, Deveji, I would like to include you too in this discussion. We are too much bound with caste, creed, and religion that so many kids are there in orphanage. But still, if the couple have failed to have a child for long years, still they don't agree for the adoption of those kind of child from orphanage, because they are still hesitant which kind of family background he will be coming from, or which caste and which creed. And still, if they prefer to adopt a child, they will prefer a son. So these things are...
Yes, you're saying something. Please complete.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you will be happy to know, Afrozi, that I have adopted a child.
Sure, sir.
And I adopted from missionaries of charity, and we were not told also, and we never were concerned also about what is the caste and religion, etc. of the child. So it's a beautiful idea. Everyone can consider this idea. Even if we have our own children, we can think of adopting at least, or mentoring, if not adopting, bringing into the home. We can think of, if we are rich enough, we can think of supporting a child who is very poor or orphan, especially. It's a very noble idea which Afroz has floated. But on today's topic, before I say something, I'll request if Rita wants to add. Rita, are you there?
She was, but I...
Okay. One thing which I'll suggest to everybody is I'll add 2 points which I think have been left out. A lot of points have been very well covered, including by Afroz, especially Sanjay also, and even the students have highlighted how there are questions of values, changing family structure, and so I was pointing out that many points have been very well covered as to what are the causes of growth of old age homes and orphanages. which basically means that family is weakening and the care that should be given to elders and the responsibility that should be taken for parents, for children, is diluting slowly. But 2 points I think are perhaps not have not come up for discussion. Before I mention them, I would like to add some points about general way of presenting. See, when we have many factors to point out for any process, then we should classify these factors. Instead of mentioning them randomly, we shall group them as cultural factors, social factors, and economic factors. Sometimes there are political also, but in this case, there are no political factors. These four categories are the general broad classes of factors: political, economic, social, and cultural. So, for example, values are changing. There is more selfishness and individualism. This is a cultural factor. Family structure is changing. Family is declining. This is a uh, social factor. Migration is happening and uh, uh, incomes are changing. This is economic factor. And political factor is the government policies, etc. So we should classify if there are too many factors behind any process that we are discussing. I hope this point is clear to everybody. This is a difficult point, but this will enrich your presentation a lot. Nandini, have you understood what I am saying? Nandini or Khushi? Khushi, have you
No,
understood
sir.
what I am saying?
No, sir, I didn't. No, sir,
Sir, could you please repeat?
Okay, I'll repeat again and tell me if you have not followed. Or Afrozji, would you like to explain to them what I have just now mentioned?
Regarding explaining certain views, we should categorize them in certain categories. Like family structure is decaying day by day. Family ties are becoming weakening day by day. So we can keep this point in our social points, social values, reducing social values. So we can keep these points in social points. And because of migration for job purpose and poor financial condition, when they can't support their kids or parents to stay with them, we can put them in financial or economic points like this. Yeah, government policies plus war conditions where you have to leave your parents or kids behind just for to save your life. So these points will be put in political factors or political reasons. Am I right, sir?
Values will come. Yes, very, very well grasped and explained. Thank you, Afrozji. And changing values will come in cultural factor. Ideas, values, religion, all these are cultural factors. Education is also cultural factor. In social factor, family is there, migration is there. In economic factors, changing poverty, changing incomes, changing pattern of jobs, all these are economic factors. So you will realize under these are this is the general matrix. The four types of terms are there, processes are there. Political, economic, social, and cultural. Always remember this. And once you have understood what is political, 2-3 factors can come under that. Government policies are under that. Major political events will come under that, as Afrozi mentioned. Any war happens or the international climate changes. These are all political factors. So group your points. Basic suggestion is group your points. Wait, Weber. Group your points. Wait, Weber. You should always then your presentation is neater. And don't judge too much while you are analyzing. Don't take a moral stand as to criticize something or praise something. Do that in the end. While you are analyzing, you should not be judgmental. I hope you'll understand what is judgmental. If someone has not understood, you can raise your hand. And third point I would like to suggest is that always end with some solutions. Importance while sharpening your speech making and also your analyzing capability. We are sharpening that also. In that, a touch of responsibility comes when you end not just with criticism or analysis, but also with suggestions and solutions.
Sir, what is meaning of,
Yes, Vaibhav, what are you saying?
sir, what is meaning of political? I can't understand.
Basically, politics is struggle for power. Okay, maximum struggle happens at the level of state. Who will rule? This is
Yes,
a
sir.
politics. Okay,
Thank
there
you,
is a
sir.
bell at my door, so I'll just take a while. You may carry on.
Ma'am, may I speak the thought of the day?
Okay, now you can speak.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar, ma'am and sir. I am Vaibhavat, and today's thought of the day is that don't educate your children to be rich. Educate them to be happy, so they know the value of things, not the price. I repeat, don't educate your children to be rich. Educate them to be happy, so they know the value of things, not the price. Thank you.
Very well spoken and very good thought for today.
Yes,
And
yeah, ma'am.
because we are sending our parents to old age home because of the reducing values. We are losing values. Our family values, family ties are weakening day by day. We are becoming self-centered and insensitive towards our parents and towards our sometimes their kids too. We are too much busy that we can't pay proper attention what they are doing. And the result is unwanted birth of kids. And then they can't afford the child and they have to send him or her to orphanage. So they are interrelated, and as Deveshji sir has said that if there is a problem, there should be a solution. We should always suggest some solutions for these things. So would you like to suggest something? How can we control these kind of conditions?
So if suggestions are not coming to your mind, I have I'll try from my side.
Devesh, 1 second.
Ha, Rita.
Devesh, Mahesh ji from Delhi is here. He would like to
Okay.
speak for 2 minutes or 3
Oh,
minutes
most
on this
welcome.
topic.
Most welcome.
Chief guest, we have many chief
Friends,
guests every day.
we have a new guest, Mr. Mahesh Vijayvargiya, and he is a very religious person, highly spiritual, and we will all benefit by his comment also. Maheshji, you
Good
are most
evening.
welcome. Please
Good evening, sir.
share your ideas.
Good evening, everyone. Are you able to listen my voice?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Like why the orphanages and old age homes are increasing day by day. Am I correct? This is the topic?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, see, you can see from my look that I am also like a senior citizen. Although I have not attended senior citizen till now, but in few months I'll also be a senior citizen, means I'll cross 60. But like I have most of my friends are senior citizens, and not from now, but from last 20 years, my most of the friends are senior citizens. They are 70 plus, 80 plus, like that. I enjoy their company. So I have some understanding while interacting with them. See, like orphanages new births in their families. So for them, orphanages are created, right? But senior homes are created for richer section of people. The seniors who are not taken care by their children, right? They're all rich people. Most of them either they are here or they move abroad, and those are the people, seniors, who are not taken care by their children, and then they require senior homes. So, what are the problems like facing? Like I have understood about the cities and metro cities where seniors live. Like mostly, like it is due to the disrespect of seniors in the family, that people feel like moving away from their families. And most common problem that I have come across, and this is my understanding. This is the most common reason why seniors look for old age homes. Secondly, like some seniors who have like not kept their life savings into their control, they are also sometimes pushed out of homes and they land into senior homes, right? And some of the people who are lonely at home, no one else in the family to take care of the seniors, they also move to senior homes, right? So now what we need. So to my mind, and I'm also working on that, is like engaging these people into social activities, making groups for these people where they meet more of often, right? Like suppose like in a society or in a colony, there are 20, 30, 40, 50 seniors. Someone should take the lead to unite them, to meet each other often, right? That is one. So by doing that, they engage with themselves, they amongst each other, they talk to each other. That itself solves many problems, because then they feel that they are not alone, they are not lonely, there are many people around them, they can share their thoughts. Psychological support is created, right? This is one thing. In their society, in their homes, this is one thing. Secondly, second problem, because of the increasing technology in our lives, sometimes they feel that they are lagging behind, right? So there also like some younger people can make a group of 2 3 younger persons, and one should for making them learn how to use mobile, how to use apps, how to do banking, and these small things, right? Which are essential part of today's living. So that is what increases their confidence, right? So that is also very important. So I think these 2-3 things, if we do, they feel more secure. They feel more secure and safe. They feel that they have somebody to talk to. They have somebody to look for support also. So I think that's all I like to speak today. It was just an interruption that I came in. Came
It
in
has been
between.
very useful. Thank you, Mahesh. Afroz ji is our colleague from Kota. He is
Yes, sir.
Rita's
From
colleague.
Kota.
He also teaches English.
Okay, she's from Kota.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Acha. Okay, so I am also in Kota, and I was sitting with Rita Bhavi. So she said, ki, you also listen to this, and if you can contribute something, you can do that. I was listening to the whole of this conversation, and I really liked it. And I'll in future also I'll like to join sometime
Oh,
your
you are most welcome, Mahesh ji. That will be a joy for us. And in fact, we need more teachers because we all come once a week, but I have to come several times. So I'll be also relieved a
but
bit.
I'm not at I'm no, I'm
Most
not.
welcome.
Anyway, whatever little understanding and knowledge I have,
Yeah.
because of my experience of interacting with the people every day, I interact with people, right? So
Great.
whatever I can share, if that can be of use, I'll love to do that.
It will be
Thanks a
great.
lot.
If you could join us at least once a week. You are welcome every day, but at least once a week, if you
Something.
Okay, thank you. So we'll
Okay,
join
thanks
you
a
to
lot.
our teachers group and you will get the link every day with the topic in the
Okay,
morning. So you can
okay.
join whenever you are finding it convenient.
I'll definitely love to do it.
These students are mainly from outer Delhi, rural Delhi, and some are from Kota.
Okay,
But
okay.
any student can join us, even if you know somebody who would like to learn English, etc. Please give them a
Recommend, and I'll definitely send some people to join this, because this is a great help. English conversation is very important, and the
also
topics are also
also
such, yeah,
we
which.
discuss some useful topic which deepens our understanding. That is the purpose.
Okay, thanks a lot, everyone, and
Thank
thanks a
you.
lot,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
On which you can also say a lot.
Old people basically need love and care only. They have
Yes, that is an
very limited. They don't, just apart from their basic necessities, they don't want much in life. And moreover, if we do such seva also, we get so much of blessings from them, which is feel that we got this opportunity to do seva. So we'll be more thankful to them that they gave us the opportunity that we could serve them. So serving society, and especially old people, because they have such mature experience in life, they're such, we learn also from them. We learn so much from these old people. They have so much of patience. They've seen so much ups and downs in life, gone through so much. Because of my parents also, whomsoever may consider, my mom was not literate, and she was not educated, my father. But then also I always felt that they have such experience that they can guide us any day much better than any knowledgeable person, because their experience counts in life, and especially patience of these people, old people. So we have to learn from them also, serving them, and we ourselves also get peace if we'll serve, become an instrument to serve them. And if possible, old age homes are not there, that's a prayer at Lord's feet.
Yes, ma'am.
Old age home should not be there only, because I also visit old age home many a times. I've gone there. We recently during COVID time also I'd gone, but so many literate women, bad pathetic condition they were, that it was really very, very this thing touching to our heart, seeing them in such a condition. I don't know, they must have also led a very good life during their peak times, but now they are not taken care by their children, and in such conditions they're surviving. And one lady, I met her, she was a follower of Ramakrishna Paramhans. She used to read literature, such high literature, sitting all alone by herself. And a roommate was also she was a young person, 40-45 or so, and they could not match. Her living did not match with that young women. So wo bhi rehna bhi, it's so difficult to survive there. The woman she was a partner with, in a roommate, so she was all fashionable kind of a woman, and she was only a Ramakrishna follower, disciple of. So surviving also is not so easy there in old age home. So old age home should not be there. That is the best prayer I can pray to God's feet. It should not be there. And
Yeah,
people, because of their desires and all, they move, they migrate abroad and all. But this is not, I don't think it's so good that because of their, they have to move and they have to reach high positions and they have to earn and they have to whatever they have to, but they should, at the back of their mind, they should keep their parents in mind also.
Because, ma'am, ultimately, they themselves have to one day.
One day they'll also go through, but at least they should consider what their parents will be, their condition will be. Then they should take that opportunity. Everybody is running abroad just without thinking what their old people will do without them. They will just call and just what else they can do.
Hearing, Rita, that you are actually going to these old age homes and doing your bit. We shall all learn from you. It's really inspiring.
Mom.
Yes, beta.
Mom, I want to add a point in your speech.
Yes, beta. Yes.
Mom, if there's no old age home, so the pupil will more clever and they will send their parents to the road. And because they're old age homes, so they are getting such two times meal to eat. And on the road,
you are right. You're right at your point, but prayer that children should take care of their parents, and parents should not. There should not be any need to go there. That is the prayer from my side.
Oh yeah, okay.
Not
but
that
if
they will
there's
leave
no
them.
old age home and no prayers, so the pupil will.
The coins have both the sides. So because these days old age homes are being built in every city, and there are many old age homes. So people without children, they don't think too much. They think they can give the check or they can send the money and they will book a room there in old age homes. So it's becoming more popular. Children are becoming more, they're becoming more insensitive also, because old age homes are available. I've seen from my caste also. कवि थे, इतने बड़े कवि थे. He was a poet, famous poet. इनका नाम भी था जयपुर में. He was put and by their parents, by their children, he was put in an old age home, and both the couple, husband and wife, they both died there only. I used to visit them.
There's a empire also, na, that that Aurangzeb had also sent his father.
You better just to come to power and on throne. All the
He sent his father to such a place where he can only see the Taj Mahal, nothing else.
And even his brother Dara
That is
Shikoh
called
and all.
house arrest. That is called house arrest, not old age home, not prison, but house arrest.
So one more thing that I experienced, and it was quite pathetic. The old people who are getting pension, on the payment day, they are very well taken care of by their kids. Just to take that money from their parents, they bring them to bank just to show them that how much we are caring about them and taking care of them. And then after taking that money, they leave them solitary at home without caring and without even feeding.
It's true. Money minded. I think human beings are very selfish on the whole. Just money in their mind. That's why always people advise us. I'm also single, so people advise that keep money with you till you live. Then only you part away with your money nominee, because till the time you have funds in your hand, then only you will be taken care of. Otherwise, so that is the main reason. I also understand.
So, Afrozi, your point has brought out a very good suggestion that all elders should get a good pension. If every elder gets a good pension from government, then their children will be more encouraged to take care of them, because if they lose, then the pension will also stop.
So government has so many good policies for these elderly people, like Western countries, they are running so many foundations and NGOs for elderly people. In our country, these kind of institutions should be set up. And one more thing that I have suggested, after getting 60 or just reaching nearby 60, we will consider ourselves as unproductive people. Yet we have too many experience, whole years experience we have, and our society is facing so many problems. So we need these elderly people to come forward and guide us.
Yes.
Like they can support the orphanage because they need both need care and affection.
Very true.
That's why I say these two homes are interrelated.
Yes, Devesh, and moreover, when these people are motivated, at least at the age of 60, 70, they can be productive. But just they need productive also.
So Rita, when you go next time, ask them to teach in our group.
Teach in my group? This group?
In this group, yes. You can tell them.
But my time, David, my time is around 4 or something. By 8, so they close the old age home.
No, you just tell them that this group is there at 8 to 9. They can teach with their mobile.
Okay, they don't have, I had asked because I wanted to contact them through WhatsApp also, but they don't have proper mobiles also. One lady I told you.
Some of them are very well.
Very.
Those who are well off, I'm sure they must be having mobiles.
No. Only 2-3 ladies I found them that they were from a good family, but then also they had very small like mobile which Amma had.
They don't have smartphones.
No.
So if they are well off, you can tell. If they want to, just inform them. That's all.
They know. There 2-3 people. They're very intelligent also. Being some were poets, some was a lecturer, and this lady, Bengali lady. So they are quite
as you have seen, Jayaprakash ji joined, even Mahesh ji joined. They felt yes, this can be done so easily. So this word can spread. So this word, if
Is
we
already
spread,
doing the seva.
no, I'm talking about online. This idea can be shared with more people who have a smartphone. I wanted to ask you, Rita, did you find some happy people also in old age home? Who were
Not happy, contented, I can say, be at peace and contented with life.
like who did not dislike the idea of being in old age home?
They don't, nobody commented. I have visited many a time. They don't even
Uncomfortable here, or you are comfortable?
nahi,
If they are
wo
comfortable, that is something to learn, because we don't exactly know. Sometimes if there are good old age homes and they have company amongst people like us, like themselves, then they can be maybe better than in being with a daughter-in-law who is harassing them, or in being alone in a home. So for that, the old age home could be a better substitute.
old age homes have been started. So wahan to there the conditions are very good. I've heard of it, but where I visit, there too it's a compromise with life, because but otherwise I've also heard many good old age homes are nowadays
And
there.
comparing the two situations, the home in which they had to live, were they really happier there?
No, not at all. Then only they forwarded this idea. Then only they're there, because this Bengali woman I am talking about, she has two daughters and she cannot stay with their in-laws, not at all.
So I'll give you a practical suggestion, Rita. The solution that you are offering, that there should be no old age homes, rather children should care. This is a very idealistic suggestion. When
this
we
is a
analyze, children should be there with the elders, but if seeing the reality, when more people are living very long lives now, children have to migrate for job reasons, and also they don't depend upon their parents' money. They earn much more than whatever property their parents may be having. So it is natural that families will not be able to stay together in many cases. Ideally, they should stay together, but we have to then think of solutions. And we shall not end with idealism. We shall, of course, mention idealism, but beyond idealism, what can be done? And the solution would be professionalize the old age system and have pensions assured for every elder.
Now houses for these elderly people, they can be set up. They couldn't be set up. And one more thing, being elderly doesn't mean being not physically fit. We should focus on our fitness as well.
Yes,
because as we get older, people become quite lazy, remaining at home, doing nothing. So we should follow the same routine where that what we are having in our job life. It keeps us active.
Very true. So I would just like to check if Khushi and Lovely are there. Can you repeat the general suggestion that I have given for all presentations? Going beyond the topic, I gave two suggestions that we should have in each presentation. Khushi or Lovely, can you repeat my 2 points that I gave as suggestions for all presentations?
So like every person should know about the phones to how to use phone and how to connect with their friends and
See,
how
not on today's topic. Before that, I said every presentation should try to incorporate 2 general points. Do you recall? What did I say? For every presentation, for any writing also, whenever you are analyzing any social situation, I said if there are
can you please repeat those points? I'm not able to hear you. Your voice was cracking.
You should categorize.
So now also your voice is cracking.
I think I am audible to others.
Yes, Devesh.
So I'll just repeat.
I'm able to hear Rita ma'am's voice, but I'm not able to hear Divish's voice clearly. So may I join again?
Okay, Afroz, I'll request you to repeat, please, for Khushi.
Try to categorize your points in certain categories, like first, if it is related to social or cultural or political or economical. So we should categorize our points in such categories. Like if it is belonging to state affairs or the state policies, we should put these points in political factors. And if the points belong to social things, and other things than cultural factors, plus financial going for migration, for income, then these points should be considered put up in economic factors. Okay.
And one suggestion was
second suggestion was about solutions. You should always conclude with solutions
and suggestions.
Yes. So we will end here. There was somebody called Indra joining us and then losing the connection. Rita, you had given some numbers to Dipanshu?
Nowadays, I send a link to them directly that they can join on their own. Dipanshu has made a link and I just pass on the link to them.
Okay. So some people had joined yesterday and
exams are over in our school.
Okay.
So I had asked many students to join. Let's see. Exams are over now.
So, Rita, you will hold the session tomorrow?
Okay, Devesh. Friday that sir will take? Okay, Devesh.
And ask Maheshji if he wants to discuss something tomorrow. Otherwise, you do it.
Tomorrow, so he'll be leaving for Delhi. Train hai unki, and when he'll reach Delhi.
Thanks a lot. Have a very nice, happy dinner.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
And good night. अच्छे से dinner खाना.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful session.
Yes, it was very nice today. Thank you, Afroz ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Very social, nice topics. Related